closely into her eyes and tell me exactly what you see. Don't blink. Is it just a carved block of stone? Or is it a human soul trapped in the exact instant she begged for her freedom? That perfect tear, that minuscule and devastating drop sculpted directly into the unforgiving Carrara marble, is the detail that has haunted art lovers, psychologists, and historians for centuries. Gian Lorenzo Bernini didn't merely chisel a beautiful figure when he created his legendary masterpiece, the Rape of Proserpina. He did something much darker and more disturbing. Bernini froze a heartbeat of pure terror. Imagine for a second the absolute despair of knowing you are being dragged into the darkness of the underworld, feeling cruel, cold, and unyielding hands sink into your skin. Imagine that visceral panic, that throat-tearing scream, captured and exposed forever in the rock. That is the masterful psychological provocation this Baroque art genius throws at us today. He isn't asking us to admire a statue in a museum. He is forcing us to witness a crime in real time. To understand the magnitude of this mystery hidden in art history, we have to travel back to 17th century Rome. He was the absolute master of drama, a man who understood that marble should scream, bleed, and cry. But what almost no one tells you, the secret that makes this sculpture even more chilling, is that Gian Lorenzo Bernini was only 23 years old when he finished this astonishing work, at an age when most artists are barely mastering basic human proportions. This young prodigy was defying and breaking all the laws of physics. He wanted to surpass the great masters of the Renaissance. He wanted to prove that stone could cease to be stone. In his workshop, the air was dense and suffocating. The white marble dust floated like a spectral mist, covering the floor, the hair, and the lungs of his assistants. Every strike of his hammer, every incision of his chisel, was not a peaceful act of creation. It was a violent, physical, and desperate dialogue with the hardest material on earth. When Bernini began to sketch Proserpina fighting desperately against the imposing god of the underworld, Pluto, he didn't want to create just a decorative myth to adorn a rich man's palace. His obsession was to capture the exact millisecond when innocence breaks forever, the precise microsecond when the victim realizes there is no escape. He wanted the viewer to feel the crushing weight of that cursed instant. He wanted you walking through the ornate and silent halls of the Galleria Borghese to suddenly feel the air turn freezing cold and swear you can hear the echo of a silent scream reverberating through the walls. Step closer to her face. Make the effort to look past the flawless technique and connect with the raw human emotion. Proserpina's mouth is open in a muffled scream that chills your blood. Her lips slightly curve downwards in a grimace of total despair. Her wide, bulging eyes reflect a state of absolute shock. Today, modern neuroscience recognizes and classifies this perfectly. What you are looking at is not an exaggerated theatrical pose of Baroque art. It is a clinical and exact representation of the neurological freeze response to imminent trauma. When a human being's reptilian brain understands that it can neither flee nor fight an overwhelming force, the body becomes completely paralyzed. The nervous system collapses, and Bernini, centuries before brain scans or modern psychology treatises existed, understood this perfectly simply by observing the darkness of human nature. But it is right there, on her left cheek, where the true and disturbing genius of this work resides. It is the detail that makes experts break down in tears when they see it in person. A tear, subtle, fragile, devastating, trapped for all eternity in the grain of the stone, shining with a ghostly melancholy when the evening light hits it at just the right angle. This is not a simple technical flourish to show off his skill. It is the way the artist injected a living, liquid, and piercing pain into an inanimate medium. That tear never finishes falling. It is suspended in time, forcing the young Proserpina and us as viewers to relive the worst moment of her existence in an infinite and painful loop. And then, of course, there is the flesh, Oh, the perfect illusion of flesh. If you walk slowly around the sculpture in the Galleria Borghese, there is a specific angle, a secret perspective that has left millions of people around the world breathless and open-jawed. Pluto's dark, muscular hands sink deep into Proserpina's thigh and waist with a realism that literally blows your mind. Marble, which is one of the hardest, heaviest, and coldest rocks on the planet, ceases to be rock right before your eyes. It becomes real, warm, living human skin, soft tissue yielding and sinking under a brutal, possessive, and unstoppable force. You can see the exact counter-pressure of Pluto's thick fingers. You can see with sickening detail how the young woman's delicate skin bulges and folds around the god's knuckles. The visual and emotional contrast is overwhelming. The dark, relentless, muscular strength of the kidnapper against the extreme softness and vulnerability of the victim. This whole composition traps you. It forces you not to look away, turning you into a voyeur, a silent and impotent witness to a tragedy. Bernini transforms an ancient scene from Roman mythology into a visceral, shared, and incredibly uncomfortable experience that haunts you long after you've left the museum. But to truly understand the origin of this sculpted terror, we have to talk about the man who opened his wallet to pay for it. Cardinal Scipione Borghese, a man of the church, an individual of immense religious and political power in the Vatican, commissioning a very young sculptor for the scene of a brutal, violent, and pagan kidnapping to adorn the hallways of his private villa. Why would a man of God want to see this every day? Because in Baroque Rome, owning a piece of art that could deceive the human eye and disturb the mind to this extent was the ultimate symbol of status, power, and domination. Borghese wasn't just buying a chiseled block of marble, he was buying Bernini's divine ability to play God, to give life, flesh, and pain to inert stone. This entire masterpiece dangerously blurs the line between reality and illusion, between the creator and the monster. Is Bernini a deeply empathetic genius who forces us not to look away from the suffering of the most vulnerable? Or was he simply the prodigious instrument of an oppressive and patriarchal power that romanticized violence for the delight of the elites? This majestic sculpture asks us a direct question to our faces and begs us to confront the uncomfortable truth that, very often in our own reality, we are mere paralyzed spectators to the pain happening right before our eyes. Before we reach the conclusion of this fascinating mystery, it is deeply important for us at Hidden Intellects to pause and be completely transparent with you. On this channel, we use the full power of artificial intelligence to help us visualize, illuminate, and narrate the dark depths of these historical pieces, taking you to places impossible to recreate. But we want this carved in stone. No AI will ever, under any circumstances, compare to the absolute genius of real art. It will never compare to the dust-stained hands, the sweat, the blood, and the human soul of the immortal masters who sculpted our history. We deeply admire and respect artists like Gian Lorenzo Bernini. Our mission with these technologies is only to ignite a spark in your mind, to dust off history so that you rediscover human greatness. Art created by man is sacred. It is imperfect, and it is absolutely irreplaceable, in fact. So you can marvel at human talent. In the pinned comment of this video, we have left a direct link for you to go admire the real work in all its photographic splendor. Go see it. It will change your life. If this immersive journey into the shadows of a Baroque genius's mind resonates with you, smash that like button right now that tells the YouTube algorithm that we are diving deep together, that real culture and intelligent mystery have a place here. And I have a genuine curiosity. I want to read you right now. What does that perfect tear of Proserpina awaken in you? Do you see an eternally defeated victim? Or do you see the frozen fury of someone whose destiny has been unjustly stolen? Leave your thoughts in the comments. The debate that forms down there is always the best part of our community. If you feel your perspective on art is changing, If you feel the stone just spoke to you for the first time, subscribe to Hidden Intellects and hit the notification bell. Join our legion so we can keep unraveling these hidden and dark stories. The journey through Bernini's marble has just begun, and there is always a new secret, a new shadow waiting to be revealed. Keep your intellect hidden, but your mind always open. See you in the next video.